After getting drunk, I called my childhood sweetheart like crazy. Wife, hug me. Wife, kiss me. As a result, the phone of the actress who was being interviewed rang, and the hot search exploded that night. The news that the actress was secretly married was the #1 hot search. Later, the actress pushed me against the wall like crazy. Why don't you call me wife? Help, I'm shot to death. My brother broke up, and I persuaded him to drink. As a result, he didn't get drunk, but I was drunk. As a result, when I woke up, the hot search exploded. While my brother forwarded the hot search headlines to me, I had just sobered up. I opened it and saw that it was a live interview with Lin Zhizhao. In the video, she was wearing a white suit, a conspicuous black high ponytail, meaningful dark eyes, a straight nose and thin lips, a slender figure in fashionable clothes, a smile at the corner of her mouth, and soft bangs floating in front of her forehead. Beautiful and I looked at Linji in the video and swallowed hard. This guy looks like a dog in front of the camera, but he is another face outside the camera. Linji was participating in a live interview, and the host asked her to call her favorite person. The phone in her hand rang, and the camera gave a close-up to her mobile phone with the note, "Dear little ancestor." The whole audience exploded, and the host could not sit still. The actress, who remained calm even when facing a mountain collapse, answered the phone in a panic and nervousness. Before she opened her mouth, the voice on the phone spread throughout the scene, through the microphone. Wife, kiss me. Wife, hug me. The whole audience exploded, and discussions broke out one after another. The host, who has always been very good at controlling the situation, couldn't hold it anymore at this moment. A suspicious blush appeared on Lindsay H.I.'s beautiful face, and her voice was unprecedentedly gentle. Be good, I'm recording a show. That night, the news that the actress was secretly married was the #1 hot search. Everyone was looking for the actress' mysterious husband, and the comment section was even more boiling. Can anyone tell me who the dear little ancestor in the actress's notes is? Oh, I watched a live broadcast and found out that my idol is secretly married. I'm crying in the toilet now. This can't be true. It must be a rumor. I'm broken. Tell me this is not true. I don't believe it. It must be hyped by the program team. Our actress is so cold. How can she be so gentle? Jealousy makes me crazy. The real chill is not crying and making a fuss, but silence. I looked at the increasingly outrageous comments and realized that I was the one who called Lin Ji. So I was fucking drunk. Not only did I call Lin Shi, but I also called her my wife in front of the camera. The most important thing is that I actually heard a hint of doting in Lindsay H.I.'s tone. I shook my head vigorously. This must be an illusion. Lin Ji and I grew up together. We are childhood sweethearts, but also sworn enemies. After graduation, she and I both entered the entertainment industry. In the industry, almost everyone knew that she and I didn't get along. Everyone knew that it was me who called him. They would probably be shocked. Fortunately, some time ago, my agent got me a farming variety show which will be recorded tomorrow so I can stay out of the spotlight for the time being. Before recording the show, I blocked Lindsay H.I.'s WeChat. Don't ask me because I feel guilty. Before recording the farming variety show, the list of names is kept absolutely confidential. In addition, in order to improve the audience's viewing experience, this farming variety show was broadcast live, leaving a sense of mystery to the audience, which also made many netizens look forward to it. On the day of the program recording, tens of millions of netizens were watching in the live broadcast room. When I saw Ingji at the recording site, I was dumbfounded and the smile on my mouth froze instantly. Who can tell me why she is here? But I soon calmed down again. Now it is a live farming variety show. She can't come to settle accounts with me in front of netizens. When Linji saw me, a faint smile appeared at the corner of her tightly pursed mouth, but it was quickly suppressed by her. When the netizens in the live broadcast room saw Ingshi, they were instantly boiling. Is this an extra surprise? Help, I never dreamed that our actress would come to participate in the variety show of farming. I would like to call the program Group YYDS. When the camera swept towards me, the netizens who were already boiling with excitement became even more restless. Zhang Junbei is here too. Oh my God, he won't fight with our actress on the variety show, will he? I am looking forward to the next plot more and more. The program group is really good at making trouble. They invited the famous rivals in the circle to the same variety show, and they are not afraid of turning up your recording site. If you two don't make trouble in this episode, it will be a shame to our expectations. Please fight each other, thank you. The guests who came to participate in the variety show of farming also included popular actresses Mo Ou, Wei Chen, and singer Chen Hao. It can be said that except for me, they are all big names. Judging from the lineup alone, the program group has already won. Especially Lin Ji, who collaborated with Chen Hao in a costume drama some time ago and attracted many CP fans. So, when Chen Hao and Lin Ji were in the same frame, they couldn't sit still. The goddess and the male god are finally in the same frame again in real life. I deeply suspect that the man who calls the queen of the screen his wife is Chen Hao. This kind of two-way love, I really hit it. In other words, the mysterious husband of the queen of the screen is Chen Hao. There is too much information. I need to slow down. I was still sad about the news that the queen of the screen was secretly married, but now I know that the secret marriage partner is Chen Hao. I am suddenly not sad anymore. At the same time, Chen Hao's operation has increased his Weibo fans by more than 100,000. In order to attract attention, major media news began to scramble to post. Chen Hao, the queen of the screen, is secretly married. Husband is Chen Hao. Chen Hao's hot search title is the first. At the recording site, Lin Ji looked at the crazy flashing screen, frowned unconsciously, and pressed the hang up button without hesitation the next second. The smile on Chen Hao's face froze on his face, and the atmosphere on the scene became very awkward in an instant. Netizens who were originally full of sugar were also confused. Is this a trick? It's dead? Am I seeing this right? Could it be that the couple I'm rooting for is fake? The actress's secret husband isn't him. Maybe the actress wants to take the initiative to call Chen Hao and give him a surprise? Just as everyone was confused, the director announced that Chen Hao's challenge failed. The next guest was Lin Ji. In front of all the netizens, she tightened her grip on the phone and her eyes fell on me intentionally or unintentionally. After a while, she said in a clear voice, "The person I love the most has blocked me." As soon as this was said, the whole audience was in an uproar, especially Chen Hao, whose face was extremely ugly. In a place where the camera couldn't see, he forced a smile. I don't know, isn't this a slap in Chen Hao's face? Chen Hao's fake fans were also not calm. Actress, we hate you for being a piece of wood. Hug our male god. The last person to call was me. After hesitating for a long time, I decided to call Linja Hi's father. The program team asked not to call relatives, but the neighbor next door could always be called. Fortunately, Uncle Lin never let me down. Not long after I went live, he picked up the phone, and I quickly pressed the hang up button. Anyway, the program team said that as long as you answer the phone, it's fine, and there is no requirement to talk, so I understand the rules. In the end, I won the competition with the first place. The moment I dialed the phone, Ling Shi kept staring at her own mobile phone. The moment the other party answered the phone, her face suddenly sank and looked at me gloomily. I knew that this kid must be unhappy to see that I won the game, and I glared back without giving in. Netizens who saw this scene, they are indeed famous enemies in the circle. They dislike each other in the first link. Why do I feel a hint of jealousy in the eyes of the actress? Wake up upstairs. The actress is jealous of the sky and the earth, but she can't be jealous of Zhang Junbei. In the end, I chose the largest and most luxurious room, which is also the only room with air conditioning in the entire variety show. Chen Hao and Lin Ji were assigned to the worst room. Chen Hao looked at me unwillingly. Zhang Junbei, my skin will be allergic if it's too hot in summer. Can we change the room? I didn't hesitate. I have air conditioning disease. I will die if I don't use air conditioning in summer. After hearing what I said, Chen Hao and Lin Ji flashed a faint smile in their eyes. The netizens in front of the screen laughed to death. Air conditioning disease. I will be laughed to death by Zhang Junbei sooner or later. And this comment was madly criticized by Chen House fans. What are your values? You are protecting Zhang Jinba and you will get drunk sooner or later. Zhang Jinba is too much. Doesn't he even know how to be humble? When Lin Ji came to see me, I had just taken a shower and was lying on the bed enjoying the air conditioning. The moment I saw her, my heart skipped a beat. Would she settle the score later? I subconsciously wanted to close the door, but unexpectedly she quickly blocked the door with her hands and eyes, stretched out her long legs, and stepped in. I took a deep breath and tried to keep myself calm. What are you doing here? Linji leaned lazily against the door and glanced at the air conditioner lazily. The air conditioner is not working now. I subconsciously glanced at her. It was probably because it was a little hot. She was simply wearing a black suspender skirt. As she moved, I could see the beautiful scenery of her chest. Looking down, I saw her slender white legs. I couldn't help swallowing. When Linji noticed my sight, I didn't know if it was unintentional, but she deliberately lifted her hair. At that moment, I had the urge to break her waist. After 10 minutes, I saw that Linji had no intention of leaving, and I couldn't help but say, I'm going to sleep, shouldn't you leave? This sentence somehow irritated her, and her face suddenly sank, and she looked at me gloomily. The next second, she cornered me like crazy and said sinister lie. Who did you call today? I turned my head away with a guilty conscience. I couldn't say it was her father. With the hatred between this kid and me, if he knew, he would definitely report me. I blushed and made up an excuse. Ex-girlfriend. Lynn's highest face became even darker, and she sneered and said, You called my wife and you dare to call your ex-girlfriend? I must have been kicked in the head by a donkey to say it was my ex-girlfriend. I tried to argue. It was my brother. Her face became worse. I just asked your brother before, and he said he went on a trip and didn't receive your call. Silence is Cambridge tonight. I really want to touch my conscience and ask, why are other people's brothers so reliable, but our brothers only know how to eat, drink, and travel? No, I want to cry. Seeing that I was exposed, I simply threw a tantrum. Ah, yes, yes. I just beat my ex-girlfriend, so what? I deliberately made you appear on the variety show. Okay. Lindsay H.I.'s face turned red with anger, and her chest kept rising and falling. She leaned very close to me, and the fragrance of the shower gel on her body wafted into my nose. The next second, she bit my lips fiercely, and I gritted my teeth in anger. Linji, are you sick? Linji babbled. Why don't you call me wife? I was choked hard. Do her fans know what she looks like? What about the cold and aloof actress? The first part of the farming variety show is to catch pigeons. The owner of the place where we live is a big pigeon breeder in the village, and he raises hundreds of pigeons. Today, we need to catch 30 pigeons and give them to the owner of the house so that he can take them out to sell. Shen Hao probably wanted to take revenge on me for not letting him have a room yesterday. After seeing my swollen lips, he deliberately exclaimed, Oh my God, Zhongjin Bai, why does your mouth look swollen from being kissed? Is it necessary to deliberately emphasize the word swollen from being kissed? But it doesn't matter, I'll go crazy. I sleepwalked to the pig pen last night and kissed a pig, and this happened when I woke up the next day. The barrage laughed directly. Why didn't I realize before that Zhongjin Bai? I is so funny. He sleepwalked out in the middle of the night and kissed a pig, and then his mouth was swollen. He's going to get rich. When I saw the strange expressions of Chen Hao and Lin Ji, I felt very comfortable all over. I started to have the strength to do the task. After a while, I caught several pigeons. Just as I was happily catching pigeons, a naughty pigeon flew around in the shed, and I chased it from behind. I finally caught it, and I quickly stretched out my hand. Good, I didn't catch the pigeon, but caught a piece of softness. My heart skipped a beat, and when I looked up, Linji was looking at me with a half smile and said sinister lie, Where are you grabbing? At the same time, the barrage exploded. Fuck, am I seeing this right? Help, where is Zhang Jinbi grabbing? Her actress's innocence is ruined. At this moment, I want to be in Jung Jin BAI's soul. I knew that there would be a lot of jokes for Jung Jin BAI and the actress were. I think our actress never dreamed that one day she would be used as a joke by others. I subconsciously let go of my hand, and I was so nervous that I clearly, sorry. Such a small episode was screenshotted by some netizens and posted on the internet. In less than an hour, the hot search exploded, and the whole network knew that I caught the actress's chest when catching pigeons. Netizens were completely overwhelmed, and even Lin Ji and Chen Hao's CP was no longer supported. Instead, they named Lin Ji and me unfair enemies. This directly brought me millions of traffic. In just 1 hour, my Weibo followers increased by hundreds of thousands. Netizens shouted, Jongjin BA, you know the code of traffic. The brother who was originally traveling suddenly appeared out of thin air and sent me a message. How does it feel? I replied in seconds. Soft bread dumplings, easy to pinch. Good brother, if you withdraw now, it may be in time. I quickly understood what he meant by this because I saw his live interview, and it was the #1 hot search. My brothers King and Dai are both insiders. We have a good relationship, and everyone in the circle knows it. And he didn't go out to travel this time, but to participate in the adventure variety show. So the message I sent just now has been broadcast live, and thousands of netizens have seen the comment. The commentaria exploded, and I even searched for the meaning of this idiom. I really cried to death, destroy it, this pitfall brother. Whoever wants it can want it. I looked at my Weibo fans who Sorden J, I use private messages, and I wanted to die. I opened a random private message and saw that they were all asking if the allegorical saying was true. I was furious. This was the first time I didn't want to be famous. Yesterday morning, I stared at Lin Ji, who had dark circles under her eyes and dark circles under her eyes. I smiled awkwardly. What a coincidence. You didn't sleep well yesterday. She smiled with a fake smile. Thanks to you. Compared with Lin Ji and Dai, who were tired, the director was refreshed and started the second episode. That's right, his show is very popular now. It would be strange if he didn't feel refreshed, and even the tone of his speech was full of repetition. The second episode will start soon. Come on, guests. I almost vomited the food I had the night before, but netizens were very happy. Your show is popular, you are right. I won't criticize you, seeing that you are so good at shooting variety shows. I will reluctantly forgive your greasy. Fortunately, the second episode was not about catching pigeons, birds, and ducks. Otherwise, I would really thank you. But when I heard hoeing the ground, I couldn't hold the smile on my face. This time, I really came to a farming variety show, right? Very good. The program team won. I was under the scorching sun, carrying a hoe that was heavier than me and dug with a huff. At this moment, a line of lyrics came to my mind. Little cabbage, the ground is yellow. I couldn't help singing while recalling it, and it was so miserable. Seeing this scene, Shen Hao felt that his chance to perform had come. He smiled at me gently, uncomforted me. Jongjin BAI, it's not that tiring. Don't make it so miserable. I understand he wants to establish a persona, right? And want to pull me down, right? Helping others to achieve their goals has been a virtue of Chinese culture since ancient times. I immediately agreed. Ah, yes, you are handsome and strong, so can you do my part as well? Zhang Hao didn't expect me to do this, and the smile on his mouth stopped stiffly at the corner of his mouth. He was so angry at me that he couldn't speak for a long time. Zhang Hao's fans were furious when they saw this scene. Zhang BAI, can you please have some dignity when you appear on a live variety show? You are so shameless. I also attracted a lot of fans by relying on the incident of catching pigeons, and they also fought back for me. Can you please have some manners when you brush the barrage? No matter how straight your intestines are, you can't just open your mouth and talk nonsense. Zhang BA is simply my internet male substitute, and I will become a fan from today. At the recording site, I would become a salady, and I couldn't help but get goosebumps all over my body. I shivered and poked the handle of the hoe in my hand forward, just poking Lindsay H. eyes, but I'm right in the middle. The scene was horrible, and I couldn't help but think of a certain picture. It was so ridiculous that it was better not to record this variety show. The netizens in the live broadcast room couldn't hold it in any more and laughed their ass off. Jung-jin B.A.I., you are so smart. Our actress's expression is so fucking frustrated. I was eating snail noodles, and I burst out laughing when I saw this scene. My grandma said that this child was laughing so happily while eating. Shit, could he be stupid? No, I finally stopped laughing, and I couldn't help laughing when I saw what you said. What a sin. Is it easy for me to secretly watch a variety show at work? My boss deducted 200 yuan from me for laughing like this. Today, I know what it means to be sad and happy. The two of you upstairs, the dragon and the phoenix, are talking about you. The commentary was full of laughter, and I was in tears in the feet. Then she took a deep breath, calmed down her emotions, and reached out to pull out the handle of the hoe. My mouth was faster than my brain. Is your butt okay? Lindsay H.I.'s mood, which had just calmed down, couldn't hold it anymore, and coupled with the scorching sun, she fainted in anger. The scene was suddenly in chaos. This damn variety show, I will never come again. Due to an unexpected situation, the farming variety show was forced to stop recording, which just happened to leave the audience with suspense, so the program crew was naturally happy. In a place I didn't notice, my Weibo fan soared with an unstoppable momentum. In the hospital ward, I looked at Lin Zhao, who was lying quietly on the bed with a guilty look on my face. Her long eyelashes drooped on her face, her thin lips were thick, and her nose was high. When she was asleep, she looked like an angel who had strayed into the mortal world, cold and cold, but people dared not blaspheme. I looked at her chapped lips and bought a milk bottle downstairs, wanting to squeeze some water to moisten her lips. I struggled for a long time, but still didn't know where to start. The nurse suddenly pushed the door and scared me. I was smart, and with the force of my hand, the pacifier sprayed radially everywhere, just spraying on Lin's H.I.'s pants. Lin Shi, who was originally sleeping quietly, suddenly widened her eyes. After seeing this scene, she couldn't help but give me a thumbs up. Zhangjin B.A., you are just like a little cow flying an airplane. The cow is flying to the sky. Ooh, it seems that she should be fine, and she can even say allegorical words. Family, is there a hole in the ground? If not, a dog hole will do. Miss Nurse, where is this? I can't see anything. Oh, I feel dizzy. An idea suddenly came to my mind, a good idea. Before I started to act, I was pulled over by Lin Jiu, and with a gentle pull, I was pressed under her. There were waves in her dark eyes. Her warm lips were tightly pressed against my lips, and the hot breath sprinkled on the tip of my nose. My heart was pounding with an irregular and crazy rhythm. Once I was nervous, my IQ dropped again. How about I wipe it for you? Lindsay H.I.'s body stiffened for a moment, and before she opened her mouth, I pushed her away and picked up the tissue beside her to wipe it. Before I started to wipe, the door opened again. My brother, who was a jerk, saw this scene and widened his eyes. Then he closed the door and said, "Go on, you guys go on. I think Linji is against me. Otherwise, why haven't I had any good things happen to me since I met her?" So I ran away overnight and bought a ticket to watch the concert of top stars Eng Bai. I swear I didn't go there because Eng Bai is my idol. I went there to stay away from Lin Jiu. Woo, the idol on the stage is so beautiful, but why do I think of Lin Ji lying on the hospital bed with a quiet face at this moment? Woo, she seems to be more beautiful. In the entertainment industry, Lin Ji is the most beautiful I have ever seen. Other popular young actresses are inferior to her when standing next to her. I used to indulge in her beauty. When I was so obsessed with her, I didn't even want to watch the concert. I felt a little irritated inexplicably and got up to leave. As soon as I walked to the middle, Sangbai called me. "That boy, don't you want to listen to the rest of the song? Come on, give him the camera." My body froze and I turned around and ran faster. Are you worried that you can't buy a ticket? What the hell is this? But no matter how fast I run, I can't be faster than the camera. The cameraman at the scene gave me a big close-up. It didn't take long for the hot search to explode on the internet. Netizens recognized that the conspicuous bag was me at a glance, and the commentary burst into laughter. At first I thought it was some conspicuous bag, but when I saw it was Zhangjin B.A., I was relieved. What do you mean I was relieved? Woo, I don't accept it. He ran away. He chased. He couldn't get away. I saw it for the first time. This time it can be used like this. I've been unlucky recently, unlucky to the extreme. Watching a concert can be so dramatic. I returned home upset, and as soon as I got to the door, I saw Inji standing at my door, exuding a chill all over her body, and she looked even colder than before. Well, this is the legendary iceberg beauty. The next second, I fell into her arms. Even through a thin layer of cloth, I could feel the heat of her body, which made me tremble slightly. She turned around and pressed me against the wall, her voice cold. Was the concert good? If it was good, would I come back so early? But I am the king of talking, needless to say. Lin Ji must have seen the trending search. I refuse to admit defeat. It's good. Not only is she good looking, but the song is also good. Lindsay H.I.'s face became darker. So the person you originally called wife on the variety show was him, and you called me by mistake. This was the first time I was speechless when asked this question, and the most important thing was that it was the same person. As if she thought of something, Linji suddenly felt aggrieved and said with red eyes, Zhongjang Bai I have liked you since I was a child, and you actually like someone else. My brain froze instantly. Linji said he likes me? How could it be possible? I subconsciously denied it. It was obvious that I had always liked her. In order to attract her attention, she sang and I had to dance. She said she wanted to apply to Tsinghua University, and I praised Peking University. Over time, everyone thought we were mortal enemies. So how could she like me? Just as I was panicking, the door next door opened a crack. Husband, did you take the picture? I took it. Don't worry, your daughter's confession will definitely be the #1 hot search tomorrow. My daughter has finally made a difference after growing up. Only then did I realize that Uncle Lin and Aunt Lin were squatting in the crack of the door to secretly take pictures of me. I secretly said that it was not good and was about to ask them to delete it. Aunt Lin smiled and said, Jung Jin Bai, Auntie is old, and my hand slipped and sent it out by accident. Isn't this a line I often use? How did someone else grab it? I gritted my teeth. Aunt Lin deleted it now. The next second, with a bang, Aunt Lin's phone fell to the ground. To be precise, she threw it on the ground. As if she disliked that it was not broken, she kicked it a few more times, turned around and looked at me with a smile. Oh, the quality of mobile phones these days is really bad. It breaks when it falls. It's outrageous, really outrageous. Where is my gentle, kind, and lovely Aunt Lin, then? Husband, if you buy Do You JIA, you can be popular by a 100,000 yuan. Uncle Lin looked at Aunt Lin with a doting look. By a 200,000 yuan one, I will double the amount you want. Me, 666. Linji glanced at her parents, and they immediately left tactfully. She said silently, Don't be envious. I will give you all my money to spend. I have to admit that Linji was particularly charming when she said this. I seem to have seen a lot of money circling in front of me, saying frantically, Come and spend me, come and spend me. It felt so damn good. But now is not the time to be happy. Now is the time to run away. Linji walked over step by step, getting closer and closer, and every step seemed to be stepping on my heart. She was definitely tempting me, knowing clearly that I had no resistance to her. I stayed there, and Lindsay H.I.'s voice knocked on the door of my heart again and again. Seeing that I was a little loose, she suddenly came close, and her warm breath sprinkled on my nose, and her voice was clear and pleasant. Zhangjin B.A., I don't believe that you don't have feelings for me. Lindsay H.I.'s words were like a stone, stirring ripples in my heart. She was right, I did like her, but how could I admit it? I was about to deny it, and I didn't know when the door of my house was opened. My mother stuck her head out and smiled brightly. My Zhangjin B.A. has had a crush on you since high school. The love letter he wrote to you is still in my room. Do you want me to show it to you? Is this my biological mother? I told her about my crush on Lin Ji, and she turned around and sold me out. Lin Ji had a smile on her gold face, and there was a sense of being pulled down from the altar. My heart skipped a beat, and the next second her lips fell tightly on mine, her own helpless and doting. Zhang Jin B.A., I've fallen into your hands in this life. At 6 o'clock in the morning before dawn, my phone kept ringing. I opened my phone impatiently and saw that it was a series of attacks from my brother. Ling Ji confessed to you. 666, did you agree? I want to know the follow-up. Are you awake? I haven't slept all night and you are not allowed to sleep either. I guessed it. Ling Shi likes you. Ling Shi likes you. Where is she? If you don't tell me the follow-up, I'm going to suffocate to death. I looked at the pile of messages he sent me and chose to remain silent. He is worthy of being my cheating brother. He never let me down when he cheated me. I gritted my teeth and opened the hot soup. It turned out to be the video of Lin Ji and me confessing her about Aunt Lin posted last night. After one night, the video has received 5 million likes, and the popularity has continued to ferment. What shocked me the most was not this, but Lindsay H.I.'s VIBO. The text was simple. The secret marriage is fake, but wanting to marry him is real. The commentary exploded. So is it Zhang Jin B.A. who called you wife at the beginning? Ooh, you couples flirt with each other, and our audience below is crazy about eating dog food, right? Show off again, and I will show your husband catching pigeons and hoeing the ground. Upstairs, jealousy has blinded your eyes. I smiled sweetly at the commentary, turned around and applied to my brother. We are together, we kissed, and both parents agreed. My brother replied in seconds. Have you slept together? Did you touch it right at the beginning? The next second, Lin Ji sent me a message. Husband, I have been queuing at the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau, and I am the first to arrive. I smiled sweetly, picked up the household registration book and went out. In this long journey of life, Lin Ji has been with me year after year, and fortunately, she will accompany me for the rest of my life. When the news that the actress went to the Civil Affairs Bureau to line up for the marriage certificate early in the morning went viral online, the comment section said, is there a possibility that she didn't go in the morning but went in the middle of the night? 666. Why didn't she move the Civil Affairs Bureau back home? Extra, 1 year after marrying Lin Shi, my brother dragged me to Zhang Bai's concert, saying that he missed his youth. He and I were sitting in the front row. When singing the last song, Zhang Bai suddenly wanted to draw a special guest to invite to sing the last song together. Others raised their heads and hands, and I silently lowered the hat on my head, praying in my heart, please don't draw me. The next second, the camera was aimed at me, and Zhang Bai said loudly, a year ago, the boy who ran away at my concert, we meet again. Who can tell me that he has such a good memory? I went on stage at his repeated invitations, feeling uneasy and thinking of 10,000 ways to die. If nothing unexpected happens, a jealous person will be jealous. After singing a song Love Letter with Zhang Bai, the atmosphere reached a climax. My legs were shaking like a sieve. I regretted coming to his concert. If Lin Shi knew, I would not be able to get out of bed for a week. Ooh, baby is sad, but baby doesn't say it. Zhang Bai looked at me unjoked. You don't have to be so nervous if you know your wife is coming. I was confused. What? Wife? The next second, Lin Ji suddenly ran out from the backstage, holding a bouquet of flowers in her hand, wearing my favorite silver sequin suspender skirt. Cool and sexy, slowly walked towards me and said gently, husband, this is a surprise for your first anniversary. Do you like it? This is clearly a shock. Zhang Bai, stop showing off. I'm full of dog food. Netizens said, I came to see the concert. Why did you feed me dog food again? In the office of Zhang Jin Bai's agent, Lin Shi carried large on small bags of things and put them on the table. Cousin, I'm here to thank you. The woman called. Cousin rolled her eyes at Lin Zhu. You kid, you need your whole family to chase a boyfriend. Lin Ji seemed to have thought of something, and a faint smile appeared on the corner of her mouth. I'm in his hands for the rest of my life. Cousin 666, showing off your love, right? She smiled and said very gently, okay, Zhang Bai asked Zhang Jin Bai to star in the MV, and I agreed on his behalf. The smile on Lindsay H.I.'s face froze instantly. Cousin, I was wrong. Women's mouths are deceitful ghosts. Can they be more honest? Linji resisted the heartache and took out the last 500. This is my last 500 private money. Do you have the heart to take it? The next second, the cousin took it from Linji without hesitation. At Lynn's High's college reunion, the monitor smiled and poured Lynn's High a glass of wine. Lynn's High chuckled and said, "My husband is strict and doesn't allow me to drink." Upon seeing this, the study committee member immediately tried to smooth things over. "If you don't want to drink, have a cigarette." Lynn's High looked at the study committee member as if she was a fool. "I can see that you don't have a partner, so no one cares if you smoke." 10 minutes later, Lynn's High took out her mobile phone and made a call with a wronged look. "Husband, I'm drunk." After hanging up the phone, she returned to her old look. "My husband is coming to pick me up. I'm leaving first. I've already paid the bill." When she reached the door, she looked back at the study committee member who was smoking, then turned around and sent another voice message. "Husband at the class reunion." They all smoked. "I can tell at a glance that no one cares." Silence, two words that the monitor and the study committee member were tired of saying.